Hey Van, thank you for the message. I'm gonna do it this way again in a response, just because it's easier for me to do this honestly than to type out. I can say more. It gets more across. First of all, as far as your job, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that is not okay. Boy, you got my best wishes. I wish there was something I can do. I know that throughout my life I had a lot of things happening off and on, and engagement in what I could do in life, and the search was dependent upon free time and, I don't know, just having things okay. You're not looking for the answer to life when you're trying to find something to eat. I don't know what the condition is, but anyway, yeah, okay. Don't worry about participating here while that's going on. Yeah, not at all. But do what you want to, of course. I don't know you. We don't know each other. We're trying to figure it out, aren't we? You got my best wishes. And I wish there was something I could do. As far as, you said you had something you wanted to supply and provide. I am so anxious. Yeah, nobody's provided anything. And then the next one, then, as far as what time is, I got all day. I retired 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, I guess. I turned 65 in another month. And this is all I do. It's all I did. I've got uncounted hours into it. By the time I made the last video, and I'm sure it sounded frustrated and kind of, there's a point where I'm sitting here. It's like I'm several months into drinking a bottle of wine every night and watching old sitcoms, Frasier, and I never did watch The Big Bang Theory when it was in syndication. So I'm watching that now. I mean, that's kind of what my life has become, because the interest just wasn't there. This last stuff woke me up. Somebody says, "What about this?" Okay, this is a monster. As I'm throwing things out there, it's like I don't know where to go and what to do, and I'm waiting for somebody to go, "I see what he's doing. Let me hook into it." It's too big. It is global. It is every myth. It is every religion, and they are all different sounding. How do you show that? You have to show people how to read it. You can't show them what is there. You have to teach them how to read it. That's what I have to maybe focus on. You have to see this on your own. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. I realize more and more that just means speaking about it doesn't do anything. People have to look at it and go, I want to see what that is. I want to learn it for myself. Here, tell me what to do. Shut up and get out of my way and let me process my brain and do it. That's how it has to work. So I'm thinking of maybe going to the short verse. Somebody made a comment about that, and they were looking at things, and I think I might go back to the short verse and start. I don't know what the name of the verse is. I think there's a style, there's a technique. Buddha uses it. Jesus uses it. Lao Tzu uses it. It's where, like, the cup, the wheel, the vase, anything that is in that story, you are that. The wineskin, teaching how those are being used as analogous representations of us, and then teach people that's like the simplest thing to do first. You are the cup. You are the ox pulling the cart. You are the wineskin, to teach that kind of stuff and get people working along those lines first, because that's how the rest, it all works that way. Every bit of it works that way. But that's like the simplest hook into it right there. And then it just gets bigger and bigger from there. It's like it's kind of like maybe it's like you have this very big advanced project and people want to get involved, but it's like, man, you got to start out and learn. There's blocks. It goes this way. It grows and grows. And I'm trying to throw the whole package out there. And I realize more and more that there has to be this point where people are wanting to be involved, and then they're engaging with it themselves mentally. The only way this is going to work for anybody is if they take whatever I say and engage with it. They have to say, okay, get rid of Dan, turn that crap off. I'm going to take this knowledge and go make it my own. That's the only time it works. You have to make it your own. There's no amount of following people that is right. We don't do that anyway. That's why we're here. We don't follow people. We're looking for the answers. The knowledge is what has to be followed, and it has to be followed by the person who goes, yeah, I want it. We're looking at it like this. There's an original template. This is how the life comes about. Let's build a story on it. Now we're out here not knowing that, looking at this story going, God, there's something familiar about that. Meanwhile, our life and the template have got the story and our physical nature in between it's kind of weird. It's like we're chasing our tail or something by looking at that. We look at it and go, there's something familiar in there. Yeah, it's us in there. It's a bizarre thing. But it's a transition that once it's made, people can go, oh, okay, I got it. I see. On all sides, Buddha. What is that? I would look at that going, what the hell is all sides? Because I got east, north, south, west in my biblical interpretations popping up. Buddha doesn't do that. It's like, okay, both sides, inside and outside. All sides, that's it. Inside and outside. You unfettered from all of that. All sides, yeah. In and out. Teaching those things would be probably helpful to a lot of people that it's like you can't, I don't know how to, I can show what is going on in the big verse, but it's hard to read the big verse. And the big verse is still something that has mountains of stuff in there that I don't recognize what it is, but I recognize that it is something. I just don't know what yet. And again, it's like I'm one person trying to figure out what a million people spent thousands of years putting together. It's like, it is. It's not that complicated though. It isn't. It's not like they were doing anything different from each other. They developed one solid thing. It's like, here's the knowledge, here's everything you need, and where do you have it? What do you have to work with? Your head only. You're not writing it on paper, you're not typing it. It all plays out in the head. Every bit of this stuff is mental. Anyway, you know what? I'm going off on this kind of stuff here, and I should be talking about other things. Yeah, I got time. You want to talk? Yeah, you want my phone number? Let me know. I'll figure out a way to get it to you so it doesn't get out in some other way. And I will I'll post a link to this on the other video so that it'll kind of like nest it a little bit deeper so that people won't find it. Anyway, yeah, boy, get that job taken care of. Yeah, income first. I am at a place where I have freedom to do this. And I, yeah. My time is available. I feel like I'm done doing what I have to in life. There's nothing left to do but to grow old and die. That's how I feel. I have something to offer the world before I go. I wish I could. I know there's people that would hate this now, but I think in the future people would look at it and go, boy, I'm glad somebody figured out how to fix that shit. Yeah, that Christianity needed to be exposed for what it really is. Unfortunately, that does Islam and Judaism too. Who does that piss off? Anyway, okay. Fun stuff. I'm going to make a video probably today for, I don't remember his name, the guy that said something and he wants to get into the short verse stuff. I want to work with him a little bit. I want to get him started on that. You know what? I want to say something else actually before I go. I want you to know that you have acknowledged my frustration. I've seen that a couple of times and then try to engage with me. What I want you to know is right now, when I'm engaging with other people and I get things going, and this might be the turning point right here, if I start working with people and sending them things and they realize, oh, you know what, Dan's approachable, ask him a question. He'll make you a video, for crying out loud. I don't know why people are not asking. Well, what about this? What do you think about that? That's what makes me think it's just dead. But when somebody suddenly does that, you're like, whew, okay, whew, I'm into it. I can get into it. I am suddenly excited and I'm involved with it. As long as there's a human on the other side saying, what about this? As long as I'm talking to this wall where all the shadows have left. And that's what it seemed like to me. And apparently that wasn't the case. And I understand people don't know what's going on, that this is the only thing I do this is my life. This is what I do. This is like, oh my God, can I save the world? Spend all your time on it. No, you can't. Nobody sees it. They're not interested. That's how it feels to me. On my side, other people are like, man, I got to work. Dan got something up. That sounds interesting. And then go off and do other stuff. I'm totally hooked into this. So when there's like little nothing there, it's like it's like everything. I feel like everything I'm doing is for naught when there's nothing there. And I've got my entire heart and soul into this right now. So that's what makes it get frustrating when it's like, my God, we're stupid. We're stupid. Anyway, as long as you see me engaging with people, it's okay. I don't want you to feel like you have to keep me recharged while you got stuff to do. Make sure you don't put worrying about me on your plate. You got other stuff to take care of. I'm all right. Thanks. I appreciate it. Love you, man.